It's game day, everybody. Woo! Welcome, everybody, back to the Two Dumb Users, episode 646. It's snowy. It's cold. It's game day. Let's get this show on the road, everybody.
Whew. I can't wait, buddy. A few more hours and we will be good to go.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they're getting the snow up that way. I mean, if we're getting snow here, and they're
Oh,
right
they
on that
got.
lake, they might
Oh
get
yeah,
some snow.
that lake effect snow is no joke. When I used to live up by the lake, I hated it worse than being down here, man. It was just bad.
Good morning to John. John wants Derpy neutered so bad, and it is the greatest thing ever. I love it. Every single time I see something today, John has on the board. I plan to adopt Derpy and make him my emotional support dog. I'm convinced John wants Derpy neutered, spayed or neutered, whatever it would be for Derpy. Good morning to Phil the Steel. Good morning, my friend. I got a feeling what's gonna eat all night, guys. Good morning. Welcome back to the show. That's right. It's game day. It's snowy. It's cold here in Western Pennsylvania. I can only imagine what Northeastern Ohio is like today, guys. I'm no weatherman, but I predict, Mike, we might get a little snow tonight.
I think so. There might be a little chill, a little crisp
chill in the air.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see. You know, it's that time of the year, boys. It's time for it.
Guys, it's game day, but I got a couple things I want to touch on before we get started. Here's a couple of things that I think that you might be interested in. Pittsburgh is going to build their own Walk of Fame right down in the Strip District. That's right in January. Anybody, you could vote for whoever you'd like to see on the Pittsburgh's Walk of Fame down in the Strip District. This starts in January. You can start voting. I'm sure there's already a plethora of people that's going to be thought of and voted for and all that kind of fun stuff. But it's true, yes, Pittsburgh's got a Walk of Fame down in the Strip District coming next year. I thought that was pretty cool. Mike, anybody that you'd specifically like to see on the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame?
Fred Rogers, first name I thought of. Mr. Flippin' Rogers better be the first one on there. If he's not on there, I am burning down the town. He should be number one.
Couple other quick Pittsburgh stories before we do get started. We have a big game tonight. This game is huge. We'll get more into that in just a second. Check this out. According to Wallet Hub, Pittsburgh is considered one of the most sinful cities. According to Wallet Hub, guys, the most sinful cities. John, I know you're out near Vegas. Does that sound anywhere even close to you? I don't know. It doesn't seem like a sinful city. We have gambling. I guess that could be put in there. But for the most part, I don't feel sinful when I'm downtown.
No, I don't either. But, Pittsburgh, apparently we have a dark underbelly that we're not aware of.
And finally, Jay Leno. That's right. Jay Leno comes to do a comic show in Pittsburgh, and he apparently falls down a hillside. He was going to make instead of making the 1.5-mile trek to the restaurant, he decides to take a shortcut and walk down over the hillside. He falls, scrapes his face the whole way down the hill, and it's pretty bad. If you've seen Jay Leno's face, his body, his eye, he has a patch on. He literally has a patch on from falling down.
His face is swollen.
Right here in Pittsburgh. My conspiracy theory, the left eye. Why the left eye? I don't know, Mike. You could look into that if you want, guys, but that is just the conspiracy theory in me talking. Let's get into this, guys. Today is game day, big game day. It's snowy, it's cold. We're going to be up in Cleveland where it's snowier and colder usually. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns tonight, 8:15 on Amazon Prime. But I do have an announcement, guys. If you are in the Pittsburgh viewing area, the game will be on WPXI Channel 11. WPXI Channel 11, so you don't have to worry about streaming if that's not your thing. However, everywhere else, you can certainly watch the Steeler game via Amazon Prime. Guys, this game is pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And not only for us. Well, I mean, it's really big for us, actually, because we could really do some things tonight by winning. that can certainly help this team in the long run. But let me tell you guys who it's big for, even more than us, Pittsburgh Steelers. This game is even bigger for the Cleveland Browns because the Cleveland Browns could be eliminated tonight. They could be eliminated from divisional title. If they lose tonight, they will not be able to win the divisional title, and they will also be eliminated from the number 1 seed overall in the playoffs. It's only week 12, guys. That's right. If the Cleveland Browns, they'll get knocked out of number 1 seed contention with a loss or a tie, or with Kansas City and Houston winning, or with Houston winning and a Baltimore win, or a bunch of stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Long story short, if the Cleveland Browns lose to the Steelers tonight, they will be knocked out of AFC North title contention, which is surprising to me because all the experts had these guys finishing so much higher than we did, guys. If we win this game, we'll be sitting at 9-2, and that's right. The Browns will be sitting at 2-9, eliminated from certain playoff possibilities if they lose tonight. So here we go, guys. Pittsburgh Steelers. This game is big for us, but it's big for the Browns. Mike, why don't you tell everybody what you told me just before the show? This could be interesting.
Yeah, the Steelers' record in the last 6 games in Cleveland is not good. People want to say, "Oh, this is a trap game. This is a trap game." No, we just haven't been winning in Cleveland. We are 1-4-1 in the last 6 in Cleveland. That's not a trap game. That's just we're just in a string of bad luck against them. It's not pretty. I think on Thursday night games on the road under Mike Tomlin, we're 2-9.
0-5, actually, Mike.
0-5.
Yes, and 0-7 all time.
Yeah,
the Steelers have never won on the road to a division team on Thursday Night Football. They're 0-7 and 0-5 under Tomlin.
So we might be 2-9 total. I think on Thursday night. It's something bad. We on the 3 days rest, our winning percentage is below 500. So this is all culminating into, like, if we lose, historical evidence is there that, it was bound to happen. So it's not a trap game. You listen to the way the team's talking to, they don't view it as a trap game. To quote Dante Jackson, what the hell's a trap game? I played for the Panthers.
Well,
so these guys got the right mindset. It's just
we will see, though. I mean, it's easy to say. It's easy to say, but wait till they go out and play. The proof is in the pudding. Mike, you beat the Redskins two weeks ago with their offense and their high-scoring offense and their quarterback, and then you beat the Ravens last week with their offense and their high-scoring quarterback. Is there any way that we could go and lose to Jameis Winston and the Cleveland Browns tonight, Mike? Is it, of course, anything is possible, but is it going to happen?
It might happen. I'm slightly leaning that way right now. We'll see by the time we get to the picks, but I can see it happening. It's a divisional opponent. You talk about that all the time on here. When you play your division opponents, you throw the records out the window. It's each other better than yourselves at this point. And right now they have the track record against us in Cleveland. So it would not surprise me if we lose this game. We can lose this game because that defense, it's not what it was a year ago, but they're still a middle of the road defense. They still have Myles Garrett out there. They still have some really good guys in the secondary. So it can happen. But Jameis Winston, he's a roll of the dice. You don't know who you're going to get. So I'm 50-50 on this game right now, but we should roll them. It shouldn't be close, but just by going by history, man, on Thursday night games, playing in Cleveland the past 6 games, my confidence is not that high.
We're going to win this game, and I'm going to tell you why. Cleveland's terrible. They gave up 2 weeks ago. They gave up at the deadline. This team has no desire to win. It's cold. It's going to be very cold in Cleveland, more than likely. Good morning to Brian. Good morning to Finch on the board. Listen, we win this game. I don't know if we win it handily, but we win this game. We're going to be 9-2 at the end of the night. We're going to be at the number 2 seed by the end of the night. These things are all going to happen. Guys, let me catch up on the board, though, before we do move on, because there's quite a few people that did show up since last. I do want to say that Phil is still, he says, it's an Ask Derpy day. Okay. All right. Derpy day. Also, John says, don't ask Derpy about his aunt. I got that covered. I don't know what that's about, but I can't wait to hear. Also, Phil the Steel says, "Pooper quarterback, don't worry me. Stop Chubb." That's what I'm saying. It's gonna take a lot for this Cleveland Brown team to beat this Pittsburgh Steelers team, unless this Steelers team comes out totally not prepared. I'm sorry, Brian, only watching from one channel today. Good to see you back, Derpy. And also Finch says, "F the Browns. The Browns are poop." I couldn't agree more, Jeff. They are poop. Derpy, good morning to you, my friend. Welcome back. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Got my coffee in. It's game day, baby. Let's go.
It's game day. Derpy, I got to ask you. I was picking up, we here on the show, we have a board between everybody on the show that we kind of all keep in touch with one another. And Derpy has some kind of big surprise coming up on Monday. So I'd be expecting Derpy on Monday, guys.
A Derpy Monday, hopefully a Victory Monday continuation.
Well, I think, yeah, Derpy, can you give us a little bit of a hint on what this surprise may be? You can't possibly expect me to wait all weekend.
Better audio.
Better audio.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, I like that. That's a good surprise.
Maybe we can get Derpy on camera.
Well, that's a work in progress. Maybe. All right.
Maybe. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
We might have a big breakthrough here on the show, guys.
I know.
But I don't know yet. Don't count your chickens, guys. Derpy's a strange cat. We will see. But he does have a surprise. He says better audio, and possibly, we might get to have that first look at the Derpster. Everybody is just dying to know. Some people speculate. Some people say, I wonder. Some people say, I think he's AI. I don't think you're AI, Derpy. I think you're real. But maybe Monday. Maybe Monday we will see. Guys, it is game day. Pittsburgh Steelers at Cleveland Browns tonight, 8:15, Thursday Night Football. I see got a little Brian on the board says, I hope your boy Watt plays well tonight. Guys, that's perfect lead into what I want to say next.
Oh, yeah.
I have a couple comparisons here between the two big defensive names in this game tonight, Myles Garrett and TJ Watt. Of course, Myles Garrett robbed TJ Watt of his Defensive Player of the Year last year. Let's take a look at some of these guys' numbers. This is for the season. TJ Watt has 7.5 sacks. Myles Garrett has 7. TJ Watt has 12 tackles for losses. Myles Garrett has 10. TJ Watt has 27 total tackles. Myles Garrett has 21. TJ Watt has 18 QB hits. Myles Garrett has 15. TJ Watt has 4 forced fumbles. Myles Garrett has 2. I'm not the smartest man in the world, but to me, that looks like TJ Watt is leading in every single category that you would put these two guys under. But wait a minute, maybe he's just having a good season. All right, let's go back a little further. Career, TJ Watt has 104 sacks in his career. Myles Garrett has 95.5. In his career, TJ Watt has 119 tackles for losses. Myles Garrett has 104. TJ also has 437 total tackles to Myles Garrett 328. TJ has 216 QB hits to Myles Garrett's 187. So everything looks like it leans in the favor of TJ Watt in every category that you could look at, whether it be on this season, whether it be in both of their careers. TJ Watt is ahead, but Myles Garrett is the Defensive Player of the Year, Mike. So we're going to be able to see a Defensive Player of the Year that we weren't seeing here in Pittsburgh, huh?
I know. What is Myles Garrett's pass rush win rate? We have not heard that stat all year, because that was the stat last year everyone was pimping out. PFF, that was like their whole entire campaign of propping up Myles Garrett, was this pass rush win rate. Now it's chip percentage, how many times you're getting chip blocked, how many times you're getting chip blocked. Now they swung back to, well, TJ Watt's getting the most chip blocks against anyone in there. It's like they have an agenda of what they want to push their new fancy stat, and they're going to attach it to a player. And last year, I think you and I had an agreement. Like, Max Crosby probably should have been the one who had Defensive Player of the Year. I thought he played better than both
amongst
of those
pass rushers. Yes, again, I think you're leaving out a lot of secondary players. You're leaving out a lot of inside linebackers.
How can you have like a damn near 200 tackles and not be considered one of the better defensive players in the league? It's comical to me. How can you like? I think right now Quinion Marshall, the rookie, or Quinion Mitchell, excuse me, the rookie corner from the Eagles might be the best defensive player in the league. Like, guys that he's going up against, he's shutting every receiver down. So stats, it's just weird how everyone wants to talk up certain stats to
Mike, you might argue this name. and 363 coverage snaps without allowing a touchdown, most by any cornerback in the league, Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah.
How can you listen?
Yeah.
Take what I just said, put that in consideration, and say how can you not include anybody else besides pass rushers when it comes to defensive players of the year? It's kind of a ridiculous thing. If you look at it one more time, that's Joey Porter Jr. 363 coverage snaps this season without allowing a touchdown. That's the most by a cornerback in the NFL. Why is these kind of names, why do they not come up in this conversation, Mike?
Sacks are the fancy stat, and that's what everyone wants to see. That's why, MVP is just a quarterback, award anymore. They're looking who has the most touchdowns or the most yards or the most exciting player. You're going to get MVP. Whoever the most exciting quarterback is at the moment is going to be MVP. And it's stupid. There's so many other better offensive players and some quarterbacks, defensive players. There's other people other than pass rushing D tackles and outside linebackers and DNs.
You wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think.
You wouldn't think so.
You know.
You wouldn't think so.
Guys, I'm going to bring up these guys one more time, and they are going to be history. We won't talk about them again for another month or so. But guys, I brought up the other day, just kind of tongue in cheek. What if is it possible that the Ravens don't make the playoffs? And real quick, again, I want to talk a lot about the Browns. Guys, this is the remaining games on the Ravens schedule. Keep in mind, they are 7 what are they? 7-3, 7-4. The Ravens are 7-4. These are the remaining games. Mike, the Chargers, who have, I think, they let up the least amount of points so far this year by defense. They have the Eagles, Giants. They got the Steelers again. They have the Texans team that looks like it's coming back around finally. Yeah. And then they play the Browns. Mike, Chargers, Eagles, Steelers, Texans, Browns, who they already lost to. It's a real possibility that this team might not make the playoffs. It's a possibility.
It is a possibility. They can go on a little 3-game losing streak here. This Chargers, that defense is no joke. The Eagles, like you said, they're coming on. Not only is their offense coming on, that defense is coming on big time. For their run defense and their pass defense is just been lights out recently. And yeah, they those 2 games could be struggles. The Giants, they should win that.
Would that be the greatest thing ever if these guys don't make the playoffs?
Oh my God, that would be like the biggest fall off we've seen since maybe the Steelers were 10-0, 11-0. It would be up in that type of category because how well that offense was playing up until last week, man.
All right,
we'll see. Harbaugh, you got the Harbaugh Bowl coming up.
Yeah, that's coming up. Like I said, I don't want to give the shit birds too much attention today. We have the shit Browns. Let's talk about these guys. But I just want to point out there, guys, it is an extremely difficult schedule. But we'll see what the Ravens could do. Guys, again, they only have 6 games left because I believe they are at 7-4, puts them at 11 overall. So that's right. Those 6 teams, Mike, the Giants would be the easy game, I would have to say. Let's see. Let's start. I'm going to get to these comments. Phyllis still says, Mommy, keep playing ping pong. We're talking black and gold football here. I believe that was referred to Brian. I see Brian later on down the list, so let me get to that here. Phyllis still also says, Watt is a game changer. Absolutely. John, my man, says NFL doesn't want to reward sacks because there isn't enough quality starting QBs as it is without injuries. Folks need to realize that isn't going to change. And then Brian says, Ryan, what would you want more? The Browns to lose every single game the rest of the season, or the Ravens? I'd like the Ravens to miss the playoffs because I don't give 2 shits about the Browns. These cats are, what is it, week 12? They have 2 wins. I really don't give 2 shits about the Browns. I'm going to care about them tonight for about 3 hours. But after that, I'd go back. I want to go back to the Ravens. I want to see the Ravens miss the playoffs. I just think that would be amazing and hilarious. And just overall, good for the health of Western Pennsylvanians. For Pennsylvanians. Pennsylvanians. I never heard anybody say Pennsylvanians in my life. It's called table tennis, Phil, not ping pong. Interesting. These two, the rivalry continues to heat up between them two. I love it.
Lord.
Again,
my Lord.
I can't say I'm not loving every minute of it. But yes, Pittsburgh Steelers at the Browns tonight. Mike, what is your key to winning this game? What's the key to beating the Browns if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers?
On offense, keep Nick Chubb in check. If he gets rolling, that's been one of the Achilles heels going into Cleveland is he's been able to control the game against us. So if we can control the run game the way we did last week, I want a non-flashy performers from that front three again. I was super impressed the way they played. I went back and watched the main three play on that D line. They kept everything in front of them. They were eating up double teams. That's what we need to do. Keep Nick Chubb in check, because once he gets going, that's going to open up the play action. That's going to open up Njoku. He scares me the second most outside of Chubb. It's Chubb and Njoku. And on when the Steelers have the ball, man, this ball control offense, baby. This ground and pound. That Cleveland secondary, they're starting to give up more and more yards ever since their starting middle linebacker went out. Teams have been able to throw more and more week in, week out. So maybe this is the week. Exploit the middle of the field. I know Russ is 4'0", but he should be able to get there. Exploit the middle of the field on the offense by using that run game. This should be a cakewalk victory, but like the records we've had there, it's going to be might be a tough one. Ooh, I like this little tidbit.
The thing about this Browns team, like, those are the keys to winning. What do you look forward to most in this game tonight? Is there a matchup that you look forward to the most? Because I specifically don't. Again, I think these Browns are terrible. I think that they gave up. Again, this will be their Super Bowl. I can't deny that. This will be the Browns Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. But what do you look for personally? And I'm going to come to you next, Derpy. What do you look forward most in this game tonight? Any matchups that catch your attention? Anything that you specifically can't wait to see in the Browns and Steelers game?
Yeah, I want to see the matchup. It's probably going to be Denzel Ward against George Pickens. I want to watch that one. I think that's going to be a fun matchup. And then Myles Garrett, wherever he lines up, whichever tackle he decides to go up against, Dan Moore or Broderick Jones, I think that's going to be a fun one. And then the Browns are down to like their third string right tackle or left tackle. That's going to be fun if our guys can fix that. Herbig and Preston Smith can attack that the backup tackle. And this is a key one right here. Like John's saying, fix the red zone. Like since Russ has come in, our red zone efficiency has dropped from 50% down to 29. Maybe it's time to really roll out those Justin Fields packages.
Derby, let me come to you next. What do you look forward to? Is there any matchups in this game that you're particularly looking forward to? I know that you live in a torn household. Your parents apparently are big Cleveland Browns fans. I feel for you. But is there anything in this game, Derby, that you're specifically looking for? Any matchups that you're interested in seeing?
Yes, containing Nick Chubb, so the linebackers.
Yeah. I think, and you and Mike both hit the nail on the head. Stopping Nick Chubb is going to be the most important thing in this game. And then don't let Jameis Winston beat you. Again, I like to think with what we did in the past 2 weeks against mobile quarterbacks who could throw the ball, we did pretty well. And I think we could, I believe if the Steelers are prepared, they could carry that over into this game. Again, it's all about preparedness, in my opinion. I think that, who gets more motivated for this game tonight, I think wins this football game. I do think that it's going to go by our way, but that's why they play the game. Let's see on the board. You guys were saying just a minute ago, did you guys know since 2008, the Browns have fired their head coach following a loss to the Steelers?
Hopefully that continues. We whoop their ass and they fire the coach.
Also, Phil Steele says back to Brian, Mommy, you freaking said on this podcast you played ping pong, not table tennis. Get the fuck out of here, please. And also, John says fix the red zone, which you guys did touch on. And Phil Steele says 0-4 last week in the red zone, referring to what John said.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead real quick, Mike.
I was going to say, we turn that red zone around, man. This offense, these games aren't close. So, like I said before, man, maybe this is the game we roll out Justin Fields some more inside the red zone. See what happens.
Let me blow a little smoke up the black and gold's ass, okay? Because for some reason, people are feeling a little sketchy about this game. Let me give you some numbers that might make you feel a little bit better about your team today. Najee Harris is 13 yards. That's right, just 13 yards away from being the 6th all-time in rushing yards in team history for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's right, Najee Harris just 13 yards from being 6th all-time. And there's only a few names ahead of him if you think about it. At this point, Franco, Bettis, I know Willie Parker, a couple other guys. So if he gets 13 yards tonight, he will be the 6th all-time in rushing yards in the history of the team at only 26 years old. Also, guys, the Steelers, I know everyone, hey, good morning, Jen. That's all right.
What up, Jen?
Listen, I know everybody loves to talk about this one, but it will happen. If the Steelers win tonight, Mike Tomlin, it will be his 18th straight season of coaching non-losing football for the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys. If the Steelers win tonight, Mike Tomlin secures the 18th straight non-losing season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's going for us. Also, longest AFC winning streaks. Buffalo has a 6-game winning streak. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a 5-game winning streak, and the Chargers on a 4-game winning streak. Those are all good things for us. But this one is about an individual, Mike Derpy. Board, everybody, check this out. Chris Boswell has more fantasy points than any tight end in the league.
TE1, baby.
Year. That's right, TE1. Chris Boswell, one more time, has more fantasy points than any tight end in the league. And the tight end's a pretty big position in the NFL nowadays, especially for some teams, more than others. But
Legatron, I like it, Joe. Ninja Joe.
Yep.
Legatron, I like it.
So there you have it, guys. Some smoke to blow up the ass of the Steeler fans to feel a little bit better, because for some reason, people woke up nervous today. I think we win this game. Steeler style. It's not going to be 42.
Style points don't matter, baby. As long as
it's not going to be 42 to 10. It's going to be a Steeler Browns game. End of the day, I say the Steelers win this. Also, other big news: Mike Hines Ward and James Harrison did move on to the semifinal round of the Hall of Fame voting for the 2025 class of the Hall of Fame. I hope both of them get it. That would be fantastic. It's been a few years since a Steeler got in, so it'd be nice to see one. But if both get in, that would be super awesome. Mike, we're going to get to over and under here in just a couple minutes. We also have picks today. A lot of different things going on in the show.
Yeah, a lot going on today.
So let me catch up on a couple more things that I do have here. In the top 10 Fox, according to Fox NFL, the Steelers are number 2 overall in this league.
Ooh.
According to the top 10 on Fox NFL, Detroit number 1, the Steelers number 2, Buffalo number 3, KC 4, Philly 5, Minnesota 6, Chargers 7, yada, yada, yada. So again, guys, feel good, feel confident. I know it's hard. I know it's easy to start thinking, oh, crap, this team's so bad. This is what the Steelers do. Sometimes they play down to the level of their opponent. But I'm here to say, guys, feel confident. Get your terrible towels. That's all you need. All you need is to appease the football gods at the end of the day. That's all that really matters. And we're going to get this win tonight up in the Mistake by the Lake.
The Mistake by the Lake. I hate them. We better come out with a big victory. I don't know why I woke up nervous about this game. Maybe it's because it's Thursday night football. I just feel like the road team, it just struggles no matter who's playing on Thursday night. I could be wrong. I didn't go up and check the facts. It's just how my gut's telling me the road team does not fare well on Thursday nights. That's why I'm just a little bit nervous. But on paper, we should dominate.
I like when I start to talk and Mike starts talking louder. He goes,
yeah, I know, right? I got to get it in. I
have to get this in, though, Mike. We do have to move forward. Let's get a couple of these messages.
Go.
And then we're going to hop over into a couple things here. One man's opinion says, I feel like Broderick Jones is going to have a bad game and get a few penalties. One being an unsportsmanlike conduct. You know what? If he does, I'll kick his ass, because how many times now did he get this close to getting just that call? And if he's not coached, I'm going to be super pissed off. Also, Jen says, I'm sorry I'm late. No problem at all. One man's opinion says to Phil is still on the board. Rewind the tape, Phil. Maybe you have CTE from playing 8th grade special teams. That was from Brian to Phil. Also, Finch says, no trap game here. Bengals will be a scarier trap game than the Cleveland Clowns. Also, Finchy says, I'm jumping into the Discord chat tonight after the game if anybody wants to jump in and talk some smack. Phil the Steel says, I'm done with this idiot. At Mommy always throws up BS on the board. He fails, and JJ knows more than Mommy. What an idiot. Phil Steel says, don't forget as Derpy. Where are we at here? Yinzer Joe says it's supposed to be a nasty weather condition tonight in Cleveland. Maybe do a lot more ground and pound and some options with Justin. I wouldn't put much in the air. And then also Phil the Steel says he's looking for a 100-0 win tonight over the Browns. Everybody's still chomping at the bit for some Ask Derpy. Maybe we'll squeeze some Ask Derpy in. But we do have a lot, guys, to go over today. Mike, Derpy, everybody on the board, let's do a little over-under for the game tonight. This game is pretty big for the Steelers. Again, this puts us number 2 in all of AFC, at least until the weekend is over, until Buffalo gets a chance to play. But nonetheless, 11 games in the 12th week of the season, being number 2 overall is not a bad thing, no matter what. Guys, let's get into the over or under for this game. Mike, I'm going to start with you. Derpy, I'll go to you next. Guys on the board, if you want to play along as well, feel more than welcome to put your responses on the board. Here we go, Mike. Over and under. Russell Wilson, a half a touchdown throw. Mike, Russell Wilson tonight in the element in Cleveland. A half a touchdown throw by Russell Wilson tonight.
Under. I'm going to take the under.
Derpy, over to you. A half a touchdown throw for Russell Wilson tonight.
Under.
Mike, Najee Harris, 1.5 touchdowns.
Over, baby. Over.
Derpy, Najee Harris, 1.5 touchdowns tonight. Over or under?
I'm going to agree with Mike. Over.
George Pickens, 1/2 of a touchdown. Does George Pickens get in the end zone tonight? Mike, 1/2, over or under George Pickens tonight?
Yes, he does.
Derpy, George Pickens, does he get in the end zone for you?
Under.
Okay. Mike Williams, a half a catch. Does Mike Williams get a catch, or does he not get a catch?
I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over. He's getting some catches.
Derpy, Mike Williams, a half a catch.
Over.
All right. I hope you are right. Mike, Chris Boswell, 3.5 field goals made.
Under.
All right.
Under. Yeah.
Derpy, 3.5 field goals made by Chris Boswell tonight. Over or under?
Under.
Mike, offensive turnovers, 1.5.
Under. Clean football tonight, boys. Clean football.
Interesting. Against 2 rivals in the elements. Derpy, offensive turnovers, 1.5.
Under.
Mike, defensive turnovers, 1.5. Does our defense cause more than 1.5 turnovers?
Over, baby. Over. We ball hawking this year.
Derpy, we're on the defensive side of the ball now. Does the defense cause 1.5 turnovers? Over or under?
Over.
Mike, TJ Watt, 1.5 sacks. Big game. A team that isn't playing too well, a team that's having a hard time getting things started on offense, going with their second, third, whatever string Jameis Winston is. Mike, does TJ Watt get 1.5 sacks tonight?
Yes, he does. Push. 1.5 even.
Derpy, 1.5 sacks for Watt.
Over.
All right. Cam Hayward, a half sack. Is he a half sack tonight? Over or under?
I'm going to go under, but he's going to play a whale of a game.
Okay. Derpy, Cam Hayward, 1/2 of a sack. Over, under, or push?
Under.
Mike, Joey Porter, a half of an interception. I got to say, he's due. This will be a nice game for JPZ Jr. to get that pick. 1/2 of an interception. Mike, over or under for Porter?
Under. He's the modern day Ike Taylor.
Derpy, Joey Porter Jr., a half of an interception. Over or under?
Under.
You know what's so funny with these two? No matter what, if it's a Penn State guy, Derpy is always going to say the under. I've noticed that over time, but that's just their Big Ten rivalry. I totally get it. Finally, Mike, a significant injury. In this game, is there going to be an injury to a player that is one of our main players, a player who's going to have a significant amount of time off, which we've seen all throughout the season? Mike, is there going to be a significant injury to the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight? I have 1/2. Is it going to be over or under?
Under.
Derpy, and to you, is there going to be a significant injury tonight? Yes or no?
I'm hoping under, but I think I'm going to have to go over.
All right.
Because of the weather.
That's what I'm saying. Jen's also saying Porter can't really catch in the good weather. Russell threw in weather in Seattle, which is a good point. So weather seems to be coming up a lot.
Yeah.
Also, Jen does have on the board over under for the number of fights. You know what? I gotta say, if it was the old, I don't know. I don't know. The Steelers don't care about these guys. I gotta be honest with you. These guys are like nothing to the Steelers anymore. They look at the Steelers as their Super Bowl, as their big rival. I don't know. It maybe they'll start fights, but I think that you're more going to see a fight in the Baltimore Steeler game than you would be in the Cleveland, because it's only one-sided in the Cleveland game.
Yeah. Did you notice, like, last week and this week, all the chirping has been coming from the other teams?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh hasn't said anything in real response to anyone.
Because
they've just been going about business.
They're out handling business. That's right. Look who didn't come prepared to play last week, Baltimore.
Yeah.
All they did was talk.
Yep.
So there you go, guys. That is your over and under for the week, Mike. We do have you did cover your keys to winning. We did cover what we were looking forward to most in this game. Derpy, how long has it been? I mean, we lost to Cleveland last year, didn't we, guys?
Yeah.
And you were saying, game. Mike, we've been 1-4-1 in the last 6 games.
Yeah, I believe that's we've been struggling at Cleveland, and they've been struggling at Pittsburgh.
I don't know. I think we're gonna win. I maybe I'm gonna be the one that's surprised and upset the most, because I'm feeling confident that they're gonna win. Maybe you guys are being realistic. I don't know, but to me, it doesn't feel like that this is a team that we do. I think we're gonna win. I just think we're gonna win.
I don't know. There's just the trends that have been happening and stuff. I just I don't know. Short week, Thursday on the road. If it was at home after a short week, I would have no worries in the world. But going on the road after a short week against a real physical game that we played against the Ravens, I'm iffy on this game. I am very iffy.
Yeah, John, I do believe there's going to be some Discord action tonight. I just don't know from who. I know that Finch is going to be there after he gets off of work. I know that Brian and Derpy will certainly, I'm sure they will certainly pop on and do some hanging. I do. Mike works.
I'll be on for a little bit. I do have to. I'm going to miss the game. I have to watch it in the morning on a recap. So I'll be on for a little bit, probably till about like a little after 9.
And I think I'm going to try to pop on a little bit tonight as well. So maybe we'll all try to get on at some point and do some talking on Discord and hanging out. So do go over there at some point. I think what Finch say after the game.
Yeah, after the game, Finch said he'll be on there talking smack. Hopefully, some good smack after we whoop that ass up there. And you're right. We need a dominant showing. Just shut up the talking heads for a while.
Exactly. If we win this game, I got to be honest. I'm starting to see the turn though in the media. A lot of people are going to be. A lot of people are saying the Steelers are a legit team, and I think this one here is going to be the big prover. You beat the two teams that that were going to be tough games in Washington and Baltimore. Now it's beating the one that you're supposed to win against, and a lot of times the Steelers, again, they play down to their opponent. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I think once they win tonight, people are going to be significantly talking more about the Steelers moving forward, at least until as long as they're winning, right? There's we haven't lost in 5, almost 6 games. So also on the board, Yinzer Joe says we need to make a dominant showing to prove to the TV committee in the league that they are for real. Also, Brian says he'll be on Discord tonight, and Yinzer Joe is predicting a 30-10 win by the Steelers. Also, do go check out Mike. Explain a little bit for anybody that don't know what they could do over at Discord.
Yeah, check on you check out the Discord. I'm gonna screen share here a little bit. Give me 1 second. Pull that up so you can all see what's going on over the Discord. Boom. Yeah, so here's the Discord. We have all these different channels where you can go in and just chat about. It's amongst yourselves, amongst the cast crew here at the Two Dumb Yinzers. It's about different things. We got the meme. The meme page is always something funny going on over there. Game day chat. Last game day chat, it was blowing up. We had a lot of fun talking about the game as it was going on. Then there's different areas that you can talk about, player analysis, and just Steeler talk, and then just general sports talk, man. It's just a way for the community to hang out off, when the show's not on the air, so we can just, everyone keep in touch and keep talking the black and gold, baby. So yeah, check it out at Discord. I will put the link in the chat one more time.
So you can do that. You can go over to Discord. You go over, you just join. It's really easy. It takes about 2 seconds. You can hang out, talk some shit.
I mean, also Brian and Ryan figured it out. You guys can figure it out.
And then also, before the game, leading up to the game, I do know that Brian and Derpy, or specifically, they'll be hosting a pregame show. If depending on how
that's the rumor I heard.
My schedule is at the radio station. I may be joining tonight with them guys on their pregame, but there is not guaranteed just yet. But tonight at 7, between 7 and 8, Derpy and Brian will be hosting the pregame show. So check that out. I'm going to try to make it. And as I said, I think that I'm going to be in Discord later after the game as well. So, Mike, Derpy, let me just give you one more interesting NFL set of numbers here, and then we're going to get into the picks.
Yeah.
Get this. Caleb Williams told the Chicago Bears punter, Tory Taylor, after being drafted, hey, you're not going to punt too much this year. He told him that quote, hey, you're not going to have to punt too much this year. Tory Taylor has punted for 2,153 yards. Caleb Williams has currently thrown for 2,021 yards. You're not going to have to punt a lot this year, but the punter is blowing him away.
I love the confidence. I love the confidence. But, it's the Bears. He should have known better.
Yeah. All right, guys, it's time to get into these picks for the week. Tonight, the week starts. Derpy, you dropped a little bit. You took the L last week, but I got to tell you, you did very well. Mike got 1 wrong all weekend, and you, Derpy, you only got 2 wrong. So even though you lost, you took the L, you still did very well. The lead is 7-4 by way of Derpy right now. Derpy, you were up 7-4 in the picks for the season to try to win some Permanis Brothers after the season is over. But Derpy, you were up 7-4. Mike, you gained a game last week, and as I said, you only missed 1. You guys both picked Cincinnati over the Chargers. I don't know what you were thinking, but nonetheless, you did. Onions lost. Let's get into the new picks this week, guys. Mike, do you want Derpy to pick first? Because you did win.
Yeah. Derpy can pick first.
Okay.
Derpy.
Yep. Now you got to think, buddy. Now you got to think, big boy.
So here we go, Derpy. I'm gonna come back to the Thursday night game. We're gonna pick that last, of course, the Steeler game. Derpy, first game on Sunday, the Titans at the Texans. The Titans at the Texans, Derpy.
The Titans just suck, so just give me the Texans.
All right. Mike, Titans at Texans.
Oh, Texans. Yeah, like you said earlier in the show, they're coming on strong now.
Derpy, the Vikings at the Bears. I'm seeing a lot of division games this weekend, as a matter of fact. Vikings. All right, Mike. Vikings at Bears.
Vikings all day, every day.
Mike, I think you're just gonna pick all the picks that Derpy picks.
No.
Okay.
The Bears aren't that good, but it's going to be a tight game.
All right, Derpy, the Cowboys at the Commanders.
Ooh, Commanders.
Mike, Cowboys at the Commanders.
Commanders, Cowboys are done. The Cowboys might not win a game the rest of the way.
Derpy, the Patriots at the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Mike, the Patriots at the Dolphins.
Dolphins. Easy money right there.
Derpy, the Chiefs at the Panthers.
I feel terribly bad for Carolina because they suck so bad. But give me the Chiefs because I'm the Taylor Swift fan club.
That's true. All right, Mike, Derpy's shadow you appear to be so far this week in the picks. Mm-hmm. Do you want Kansas City or Carolina?
Yeah, to echo Derpy there, I do feel bad for Carolina because now they're going to get an ass whooping from the Chiefs. They're pissed that they lost that game.
Derpy, the Buccaneers or the Giants?
Baker Mayfield.
Mike, Buccaneers or the Giants?
I hate to pick against DeVito, but yeah, give me the Buccaneers.
All right, next game. Derpy, the Lions at the Colts.
Lions.
All right. Mike, can you break the trend? The Lions at the Colts.
Even though I've fallen off the Lions fandom, honorary fandom, because their fans are now annoying, give me the Lions.
These people are finally happy after a million years, and you're going to call them
Oh
annoying.
no, they're talking like they're the greatest team, the greatest franchise.
They kind of are.
They're shitting on Matt or Stafford for like f them.
I dig it. Derpy, the Broncos at the Raiders. The Broncos at the Raiders.
Broncos.
All right, Mike, over to you. The Broncos at the Raiders.
Who would have thought Bo Nix might be the best quarterback in this draft? Or quarterback number 2 in the draft class. So yeah, give me the Denver Broncos, baby.
I just don't think people thought he was going to be the best quarterback. I don't know beyond that. I
don't think like a lot of people. I don't know. It was a weird pick when they took him. I was not a believer.
Wasn't he in the national championship game?
No.
Previous year, Oregon.
No, Oregon, and they got smoked.
Whoever it was. I mean, the guy's
he
good.
just never impressed me at Auburn or at Oregon.
Derpy, we're going to come to you next. Is it going to
that
be
was Penix?
Yeah.
Michael Penix was Washington.
Yes.
Yeah.
Derpy, the Cardinals or the Seahawks?
Ooh. Is it? You said the Cardinals and Seahawks?
Mm-hmm.
Is it in Seattle?
Yeah, Cardinals at Seahawks.
Right, that makes this one tough, Derpy.
Arizona. I pick Arizona as one easy. Arizona's playing good. Seattle's, But that's just me. Derpy, Cardinals at Seahawks.
Give me. Give me the Cardinals.
All right. I want to laugh, but Mike,
I'm sorry.
You only made. I've been talking about sound effects for years.
I know.
And I bring Finch on and I talk it up. How it's
I know, and I finally do it.
Now all of a sudden you're going to do it.
I needed a little motivation.
This is why you're off.
I got to keep my spot on the show somehow.
Mike, here's a way to keep your spot on the show. Let's make a pick. Cardinals at the Seahawks. Who do you like?
I'm pulling the Derpy strat. I'm taking the Cardinals. I'm copying Derpy's picks here. But now the Cardinals are coming on strong though. The Cardinals are coming on.
Are you going to pick his picks the whole way down so I don't have to even ask? Okay.
No. He's just picking.
I don't want to waste everyone's time if that's what we're going to do.
No, he's just picking logically. Okay. It's hard to go against his picks.
All right, Derpy, the 49ers at Green Bay.
Ooh. Green Bay.
All right. Mike.
Yeah, it's going to be Green Bay. San Francisco is just falling apart in front of our eyes, and it's a thing of beauty. So give me Green Bay.
All right, guys, we're only down to a few games here. Yins have not picked a different game yet. Yins, guys, both have literally picked the same teams for every game.
It wasn't a strategy. It's just I commend Derpy on his smart picks, man. They're good picks.
Derpy, Eagles at the Rams.
Eagles.
Mike, you love Matt Stafford. I was what I'm taking from this.
Yeah.
Are you going to take the Rams in this game against the Eagles?
No, I love Saquon.
You're no better than a Detroit Lions fan, is what you're saying.
I love Saquon Barkley even more. This Eagles team, I thought they were dead and buried after last year, but my God, they're having a great renaissance. Defense coming on. AJ Brown and Hurts are just phenomenal together. Give me the Eagles in a rout.
Am I the only person that doesn't want to see it all all Pennsylvania Super Bowl?
I don't want to see it because I think we will get our asses beat.
I think we'll win, but I don't know. Come on. I'm tired of Philadelphia. Nobody cares about them. Especially in football, you know what I mean? They're not even in our conference, but
no. If it was if you can tell how magically had the Penguins Flyers Stanley Cup final, I would watch that. Yeah. That would feed families for generations.
A lot of people they talk about that today. I'd love to see an offensive.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that because if we lose the bragging rights.
Yeah, forever. You don't want to.
Yeah, we can't top that.
Derpy, and finally into the last game of the week, Monday night. The Eagles and Rams was the Sunday night game. The Monday night game is going to be the Ravens at the Chargers. This game is huge. It's huge. Derpy, who wins? The Ravens at the Chargers Monday night.
This is a good game.
This is
a
probably the
flip.
best game of the weekend.
This is a flip, so I'm gonna go. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna choose the Ravens.
All right. Just looking down. All right, so you're going to take Baltimore, Derpy?
Yes.
Okay. Mike, comes to you, the Ravens or the Chargers?
I'm taking the Chargers.
This is your Harbaugh Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the difference maker, apparently.
Yeah.
But hold on. We still do have one more game. Fellas, who is going to win the game between the Steelers and the Browns tonight? Derpy, I need a score. We'll get your tiebreaker from that. Derpy, Steelers at Browns tonight. Who do you think?
Your Pittsburgh Steelers win 20-10.
All right. All right. So over to you, Mike. Do you like the Steelers or do you like the Browns?
I like the Steelers, and I thought about this when we were doing the over-under. I was like, 19-10 sounds like a logical score. So, yeah, 19-10. F you, Derpy. You're just stealing my thunder this entire segment.
All right. So, Derpy, you have 20-10 for a total of 30 points. Mike, you have 19-10, a total of 29 points. Really no way to tie. It's going to come down to the Monday Night Football game. So, Derpy, you're looking for your 8th win of the season. Mike, you're looking to draw within two games at this time of the year. So good luck to both of you. We'll put this in the vault. We won't bring it out till next Monday to talk about the winners, the losers, and everything in between, guys. Some interesting games, though. I think that Baltimore Charger one is going to be really interesting.
Be huge.
Let me just catch real quick. Detroit, Buffalo, KC, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore with San Diego drafting currently no other team matters.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't agree more.
That's cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop.
This might be my favorite comment. Chiefs will clothe the Panthers like baby seals.
A couple of things, Mike. Real quick. Penguins, they did lose on Tuesday night. They lost 3-2 in overtime to the Bay Lightning. They are now 7-10-4. They have the game. They host the Jets tomorrow. That game against Winnipeg tomorrow, 7:00 p.m. Also, Chris Sale wins the Cy Young Award in the National League in Major League Baseball. Paul Skeens falls to 3rd overall. I think if Paul Skeens plays those extra 2 months this year, he might have won. He has. Listen, Chris Sale is awesome. He really is.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't have a splinker.
He does not have a splinker. And I think if the Pirates had an offense, Paul Skeens has 3 more wins easily, possibly 4 to 5 more wins, and he's a lockdown candidate for Rookie of the Year and Cy Young. The Pirates' offense let him down. The bullpen let him down. He easily could have won Cy Young this year. If with a handful of more wins, it would have been the greatest rookie debut of all time, and the team let him down.
All right, guys, it's that time of the show. Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the website, man?
The2dumbyinjers.com. Head on over there, everyone. You've been here long enough. If you guys know the spiel. For those who are just tuning in, please check it out. We got the blog over there. My Dumb Thoughts are over there. We got the merchandise store. We got links to all of our social media. The Discord link is over there as well if you didn't catch it in chat. So yeah, head on over to the2dumbyinjers.com. Over to you, Derp.
If you're new to the Two Dumb Yinzers show, be sure to subscribe below and boom, pound that like button.
I like it a lot.
Good job, Derpy. Good job, Derpy. There's some applause for you. There's some applause for you.
I know the guys were anticipating. Also, we're gonna answer a couple of questions for the board here in just a moment, guys. Let's get into this trivia of the day. No changes, guys. It is a Cleveland Browns trivia question because that is who the Pittsburgh Steelers played tonight. Here we go. Mike, Derpy, put on your thinking caps, guys, on the board. Everybody at home, here we go. Which Browns quarterback has the most passing yards in the playoffs? I'm going to give you choices, so just hold on one moment. I'm looking for which Browns QB has the most passing yards in the playoffs. Is it Otto Graham? Is it Vinny Testaverde? Is it Bernie Kosar? Or is it Baker Mayfield? One of these 4 quarterbacks for the Cleveland Browns, I want to know which one of those 4 have the most passing yards when it comes to playoffs. Again, Otto Graham, Vinny Testaverde, Bernie Kosar, and Baker Mayfield. Take a minute to think that over, guys. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day right here on YouTube. All right, I see Mike clicking around. Wonder what he's finding over there.
I'm on the Twitter.
Every time during this particular segment, boy, that fingers start going on that.
Yeah, I know, but
I
typed into the chat. I typed into the chat, and then I'm on Twitter. I'm not looking up anything.
All right. One man's opinion. Brian asks, who's the bigger rivalry? Is it the Steelers versus the Ravens? Is it Mike versus Derpy, or is it Brian versus Field of Steel? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. He also says, unfortunately, Skins will probably win Cy Young with the stupid Yankees. There's no doubt there. Field of Steel says Derpy, Miracle. Okay, so those are for the questions.
Yeah.
And also, I do want to say that John did. He says that boom could cut diamonds. I love that. That was a nice boom, Derpy. No two ways about it. Couple guesses on the board. We got Vinny Testaverde. We got Bernie Kosar. Guys, let's get back to the question of the day. Which Cleveland Browns quarterback has the most passing yards in the playoffs? Was it Otto Graham, Vinny Testaverde, Bernie Kosar, or Baker Mayfield? Mike, let's start with you today. Which one of these fine young Cleveland Brown quarterbacks of the day has the most passing yards? Was it Graham, Testaverde, Kosar, or Baker Mayfield?
Let's go with Bernie Kosar. Underrated quarterback from back in the day.
All right, interesting. I'm going to put Mike down, lock you in. Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
All right. Derpy, I'm going to come to you. Which Browns quarterback has the most passing yards in the playoffs? Is it Otto Graham, Vinny Testaverde, Bernie Kosar, or Baker Mayfield? Mike picked Bernie Kosar.
Well, I'll say this. The Browns stink. They aren't very successful in the playoffs. And there's only been one quarterback they've ever had that I know. Give me Bernie Kosar.
He's the only quarterback you've ever known.
Yes.
This is what you're saying. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
He was their bet. I'll say that.
All right, guys. So we do have some Vinny Testaverde on the screen. On the board, we do have some Bernie Kosar. Mike and Derpy both picked the same guy. One more time. These two all day are he's like your shadow, Mike. These two picked Bernie Kosar. Guys, the question of the day is, which Browns quarterback has the most passing yards in the playoffs? Was it Otto Graham, Vinny Testaverde, Bernie Kosar, or Baker Mayfield? The guys both said Bernie Kosar. Let me start with the guys that it is not. Baker Mayfield only has 2 games. They beat us and then they lost. He has 467 yards as a Browns quarterback in the playoffs. Vinny Testaverde, guys, he finished lower than that. He has 412 yards in the playoffs. And the top 2 guys would be Otto Graham and Bernie Kosar, one with 1,204, one with 1,860. The correct answer in the winner and the all-time passing yards leader in the playoffs for the Browns is, guys, Bernie Kosar with 1,860 yards in the playoffs. So there you go. You guys nailed that one. Bernie Kosar. Mike, you got some questions you can pull up for Derpy. We're going to do a quick Ask Derpy today. What do you got?
Let's see. Derpy, Miracle Whip or Mayo?
Ooh. Neither.
Do you say either or?
Neither.
Oh, you don't like mayonnaise.
He said ooh. Neither.
He said ooh. Neither. I don't like mayonnaise. What else?
Derpy is from Jen. Do you think Myles Garrett's comments are trash talking to TJ on the Defensive Player of the Year last year, or is it just smoke?
Stop with the crickets.
Well, you're thinking.
It's like Jeopardy. It's our Jeopardy music.
It's just smoke.
You just blowing smoke?
Yeah.
All right. Ask him that top one, Mike.
Derp. It's from Steeler Freak. How do you keep the 18-year-old innocent voice at 30? I'm jealous. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
naive,
Derpy.
the
Yeah,
naive
yeah,
kid can trick chicks.
yeah. There you go. I was having trouble reading it on the small screen. I had to blow it up to the big screen. Yeah. How do you do that, Derpy? How do you keep that 18-year-old innocent voice, man? That naive gig. It does work, but how do you do this?
Lots of video games.
Oh, Mike, you should talk like a 3-year-old if that's the case.
I know, right? Jesus.
One more question, Mike. Pull up one more question.
That's all I see.
Guys, throw me one more question for Derpy. This is Ask Derpy. This is the finale. One more question,
Yeah.
and we do got to
We need
bounce.
one more.
One more good one. Mike, I will go on to say, while we're waiting for that, I do want to make sure I say to everybody, thank you so much for checking us out today. We thank you so much. We can not express how much we are thankful. We wouldn't do it without you. Thank you. You sure you're not missing any in there, Mike?
I'm not missing any in here. Yeah, Derpy. What size shoes does your aunt wear? I think Steeler Freak wants to know. He just wants to know. I think he just wants to buy her a nice pair of shoes.
Oh, there we go. Yinzer
That's
Joe
a
got
good
one
one.
too.
There, okay. Derpy, do you shave your face or are you growing a Yinzer beard?
I do,
Okay.
and I
You
think I'm
do.
gonna start growing a Yinzer beard though.
How often do you shave, Derpy?
Not
A couple times a
very
week.
often.
Okay. No, that's all right.
Once a month, Derpy has to shave that peach fuzz off his face.
That looks like everything on the board, right? I'm not missing nothing. All right.
Yeah.
Mike, anything before we start getting ready to wrap it up?
Well, yeah, I'm on my Detroit Lions hate phase right now. They act like you're this important franchise in the NFL history. You caused arguably the best running back and the best wide receiver to retire early, and you guys want to sit there and complain about Stafford wanting to leave the organization after he gave everything he had. He goes, wins the Super Bowl, and you guys are going, "Oh, you're a bum." You're booing his wife and kids. You guys are trash fans. You're trash organizations, and I hope you lose this. I
love the Detroit Lions. I hope they go all the way, except for that they play us. Only because Mike doesn't like them. Let me go over to a couple final questions here. John says, "Derpy's aunt, does she lick your facial hair?"
Just the cat.
Does Derpy's aunt's cat lick your facial hair?
Not answering. Not answering.
So there you go. Thanks, guys. Good one. Make sure you have all the questions ready because we have to squeeze him in on Derpy. He gets a little defensive sometimes, so we have to got to get him in the right moment. So keep the questions coming in for next week. We'll make sure we trick Derpy and back him into a corner, make him ask difficult questions.
He could private message me on Discord, and I can have him ready, so he does not know what's coming.
Says, cheers to two W's. Here we go, black and gold. Derpy, what do you got, my man, before we take off? We got a big game. It's game day tonight, 8:15 up in Cleveland. The Steelers at the Browns. It is going to be on Amazon Prime. If you are in Western Pennsylvania, you can check it out on Channel 11, WPXI. Derpy, anything before we get ready to take off, man?
Two things.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to tonight's preview with Brian, so go and be there tonight for us. And secondly, the Cleveland Clowns suck. They suck. They are a terrible organization. Sorry, Mom, but they suck. And and the final thing is, we are from the town with the great football team. We cheer the Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. Here we go.
There you go, Derp.
He does have an amazing, innocent voice, doesn't he?
He does too. I love he's all fired up and ready for this game too. I think he's more fired up to taunt his mother than for the Steelers to actually.
John says, "I love the Derps. He would have done well in the Army." I don't know what that means, but I'll use my imagination. Gentlemen, anything else?
I got nothing. Let's go Steelers, baby.
That's right, guys. Tonight, join us before the show, 1 hour before 7 o'clock. Go to One Man's Opinion on Sports with Brian Pasquale. Him and Derpy will be kicking off the show. As I said, if I can get out of the station early enough, I will be participating as well. If not, do look for me on the after game. We'll be on Discord talking a little bit after the game tonight. Mike should be there for a little bit. Myself, Finch, Derpy, Brian, the whole crew. So we'd like to see as many people there as we can. Jump on over to Discord tonight after the game. I think that's everything, Mike.
That is everything, my friend. We got it all. Here we go, Steelers, baby.
Here we
all right,
go.
enjoy your day. Drink heavily, but stay safe. Get your terrible towel ready. Wave it, because tonight in Northeastern Ohio, the Pittsburgh Steelers at 8-2 will be taking on the Cleveland Browns, who are 2-8. We're trying to knock them out of the play. They're not going to be able to win anything, Mike. They lose tonight, Browns are basically knocked out of the playoffs. The Steelers will be sitting at number 2 in the AFC moving into the weekend. A lot of things at stake here, guys. We want to stay ahead of the Ravens. We want to keep up with Buffalo. We want to keep up with Kansas City as well. So big game. I think we win this one, guys. Tonight, 8:15. I can't wait. Get this terrible towels ready. Get your jerseys ready. One more. Phil still says Derpy went Macho Man Randy Savage. For Derpy, for Mike at the Steelers Central Mobile Studio, myself, the Two Dumb Yinzers, everybody have a great evening. Enjoy the game. I hope to see some of you, if not all of you, later on tonight on either the pregame or the postgame. But if I do not, we'll be here first thing tomorrow to talk all about the game and much, much more heading into the weekend. Again, Derpy, Mike, I'm Ryan for the Two Dumb Yinzers. Everybody have a great game day. Let's go Steelers. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.